What's happening, everybody, man? It is the GRG podcast. We a little light tonight, man. Hopefully everybody else will come in later on. You know what I'm saying? We want to give a big our condolences to our boy Triple Cup Chuck. He told us something right before the podcast started. It was something regarding with a friend, and you know what I'm saying, in a passing. So, you know what I'm saying, we all show our love for that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give our prayers to that. But anyway, man, we're going to get this party started. And, man, we're going to go up to the illustrious panel. And we're going to first start off with one of the matriarchs, Lady Infamous. What's happening with you? What's been going on with you?
Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. This is me, Lady Infamous 415, Grown Women Gaming, IntermediateGaming.com. And let's just talk about these games.
No doubt, no doubt. And also, I forgot, we're doing it live. We are doing it live. Let's go. And then we're going on to our Donald Trump.
Cho.
Yeah, man, we don't know what this dude's going to say, but, hey, we know it's going to be all right. So what's up with you, Live Wire? What's happening with you, man?
I must be Super Lucky's Tales just this morning.
How you like it?
It was solid, man. That last boss was a motherfucker, though.
Okay, so is that game trash like people have projected it to be?
Nah, it ain't trash. Like, I was getting pissed off at that last boss because I was like, yo, fuck this camera, fuck this. I was mad as hell, and then until I realized, oh shit, you gotta rotate the camera to see the actual angle so you know where to jump. I get it. Like, because when you play the regular boards, you don't have to rotate the camera all the time like that. But in the last boss, you have, like, it was like three or four sections where you got to rotate the camera to either precisely know where to jump to avoid shit or know where to jump to, like, kill enemies and stuff. So I was like, oh, once I got that shit, it was just like, okay, this shit ain't that bad.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. And then last but not least, man, we moving on to hey, man, that person that always he likes to get drunk on the boat. And he likes to get drunk off the boat. Hey, I mean, hey, man, my boy, Intro Media Gaming Zone 100. What's up with you? What's up with you, bro?
Man, what's up with y'all, man? I'm telling you, I'm the only one that could do that.
Yo, Bo, tell how your ass, this motherfucker, we was playing Sea of Thieves. This motherfucker got drunk. We supposed to be going off on a voyage. This motherfucker missed the ladder and shit. He's like, yo, really? I'm overboard. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck is you? I'm in the water. I was like, this nigga.
I said, hey, I go find that mermaid. Just leave me. I'm gonna be all right. I need to sober up.
Oh my God. Oh man, so you just laying there, just laid out.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Funny as hell, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, man, so let's go ahead and get to these topics, man, right off the bat. Lady HD, I don't know where she's at right now. I think that she is hemmed up right now with her boyfriend, having her holding her against her will with a bag of Twizzlers. I think that's her favorite candy. And then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Fonzarelli, he's on a boycott right now, not only on the podcast, but he's on a boycott of Battlefront 2. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know about that. And All Day, he's eating something. I have no idea what All Day's eating. So, you know what I'm saying? He is eating something, and maybe he'll pop in after he's done with his brunch. He's just starting brunch, ladies and gentlemen. Not dinner, but brunch. All right, so let's get on to the very first topic, in which it is EA. And, whew, man, EA has been going through a lot of hell. It's been going through a lot of issues right now. Not only just with the games that they've been going through right now, the drop games, they picked up Respawn, but now with Battlefront 2, one of their biggest titles to date, and the microtransaction situation. A lot of people were upset about it, and who's to blame? So I'm going to go to you, Lady Infamous, and I'm going to say, is it EA, is it Disney, or is it the gamers? Because if you want to include the gamers into this, is that they have been letting cell phone games go. They've been paying for microtransactions, pay the wins on cell phone games. You also have the situation with like games like COD, Destiny, just all these, you know what I'm saying, Shadows of War. A lot of people been bitching and complaining about all these type of microtransactions and DLC, paying for this, paying for that. who is to blame for the situation that's going on with Battlefront 2?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the developers. I mean, this is like a side hustle. Everybody should know, like right now in 2017, that it's nothing but microtransaction in the majority of these games. This is a side hustle. This is what other income that they could possibly make. Now, there's a spectrum in that category of microtransactions. Like you got strictly cosmetic, and then you got ones like in Battlefront's case that had things that would make it an advantage for that particular person to play. It could be an armor that's 30% resistant to such and such, or extra life here and there. You know what I mean? That shit, I personally, I'm not cool with. But I'm not going to say that all microtransactions are bad, because I use microtransactions as well. But it's strictly cosmetic. But I wouldn't pay for anything that I know that I have a slight edge against my other player, because one, that's not fair. Is a disadvantage to the other player, and also I grew up where we didn't have that. You know, we didn't have microtransactions in games, so you had to really literally grind to beat a game, to get to the max level, to get to the highest point of any game. Now, the uproar about it, like I see the death threats on Twitter with people that working at EA, and I'm like, yo, it's not that serious, because if this wasn't a Star Wars game, it would not have blown up like it did. If it was just a regular old, AAA game with microtransaction, it would not have been an issue. But since it was Star Wars, they got up in the uproar and EA buckled. And as of now, I think they shut down all those microtransactions. But they're gonna put them back as soon as they get their sales up. But right. If you got your own money, you do what you want to do with your money. Don't let nobody in this world tell you how to spend your money. I don't care if they right or they wrong. I don't care if you right or you wrong. But if you work hard for your money and you want to spend money on what you want to spend on, you got every right to.
Right. I can agree with that. So let me go on to you, to 100. Who is to blame for this situation, or are you on because I will give I've already told my thought. I gave my thoughts on it on the multiplayer podcast and on Twitter, but I'm going to do it again for the people that hasn't, that's not following me on Twitter or that listens to the multiplayer podcast. I'll give my point of view. But 100, what is your thought on this? Who's at fault? Is it EA? Is it the gamers? Is it Disney? I mean, because Disney they write the checks. So who's at fault for this situation with Battlefront 2?
Let what's called go. I gotta go do something. Let live go, and I'll be right back.
Okay, all right, go ahead, man. All right, live, go ahead, man. Who's at fault with this?
I mean, I don't think it's just one person that's at fault, to be honest. I mean, EA has their hands. Obviously, they're part of it because, they see an opportunity to make money and they went for it. Everybody was so happy about them talking about the maps will be free and all that shit. Like, oh, all the free DLC, and they just was like, fuck it, we're gonna make the DLC free, but we're gonna make it. It's going to be harder to obtain it, so you got to grind for it more. But for those that don't want to grind, we will make it that they got to pay more. You can pay money to get it. And I forget, it was like $2,100 or something like that if you wanted to buy everything outright. I think that's how they said it would go. But and then it's the gamers. See, this is the thing, especially with Star Wars.
Keep it real, man.
You have gamers that are hardcore, that are really against this shit, but then you got casuals that don't give a fuck about it, right? And when I mean casuals, I don't mean people that are like that don't play games at all. I'm just saying people that this is what I think of a casual. A casual is somebody who he buys the games or she buys the game, and they don't look at IGN or any other websites. They don't really even look at YouTube or anything else. They just see, oh, I remember Splinter Cell, or I remember Call of Duty, or NBA, whatever, and they just buy what they like, right? They don't really pay attention to what a Metacritic score is or any of that shit. They just buy it because they like it, right? To me, that's really a casual. Like, they're not plugged in to every little aspect of gaming on the internet. So when people are out here yelling about, you're destroying gaming if you're supporting Star Wars Battlefront 2, I understand that, but a lot of the people that are buying the shit don't really give a fuck what you're saying anyway, because they're not paying attention. I'm just being honest. They're not even, they don't even know, they're not looking at your comments, they're not looking at your videos. They just saw it said Star Wars, so they bought the shit. And like, straight up. My boy loves Star Wars. He bought Star Wars Battlefront 2 before. Once they announced the game and it became, you could pre-order it, he bought the shit. Right? He wasn't going to turn around and cancel his order just because they have microtransactions in it. Because the worst case scenario, if he didn't like what he was playing, he just wouldn't play it that much. He has a ton of games, like most people did, with the first Star Wars. So, that's the way I feel. It's a lot of different layers to it. Yes, you can complain to EA about it, but look, man, if they can hustle you, they will try to hustle you. This is a business. Everybody's all about, look, it's a business about negotiations, right? Trying to get as much you can for doing the lease, right? That's the name of the game, right? Shit, people go out here buy cars for 40 grand. That car only cost 5,000 to make. But it is what it is. Unless you're about to go out and build a fucking car yourself, what are your options?
Okay. All right. Well, glad to have one of the other matriarch on the crew, Delilah HD. I'm your man. Finally let you go with the twiddlers.
Sorry, I don't.
Twiddler dudes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I'm like about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. I'm sorry about that.
No. You all good. You know what I'm saying? Shit. GRG is not the same without Lady Infamous and Delilah HD. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the bums we don't care about. Anyway, let's go.
Oh,
oh, damn.
No, that's real talk. But well, no, I should say me. I should say me too. Okay, Livewire and all the rest of them. Who cares? Anyway, Delilah, what do you think about this? Who's the blame for the situation with Battlefront 2? Is it the developers? Is it I should say developers. Is it EA? Is it Disney? Is it the gamers? Who's at fault?
Man, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, because gamers are not, as informed on what's going on regarding like microtransactions and stuff like that. They just know that they're in the games. But I think that EA and Disney, to a certain extent, tried to pull a fast one, and because in their comment, their response to it, it was like it was unintentional, and all this stuff. I'm like, man, come on, you built the game. You know the algorithm you're using to decide on what credits cost what and everything. So I don't buy that 1 second. I don't buy that one bit. I think that it's great to see the gamers kind of step up and say, look, we're not going to take this. We don't agree with this type of practice, because I think it's going to put the whole industry on notice. You know what I mean? Because this EA is big. Star Wars is a huge game, huge franchise. And so for gamers to speak up at this magnitude about that game, I think it can only just be good for gaming in general. Because I mean, to be honest, I've been tired of the whole microtransaction thing for a while. I feel like if I'm paying $60, I should have a single transaction, even whether I decide to use it or not. I mean, because it's some good publishers out there that don't even put microtransactions in their games, and some of the best games don't have microtransactions. So it's like, why should that be like the be all end all? I mean, EA, you guys are making money. They get profit on Madden every year. Like, you guys have money. What's the deal? You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to cram this into your game? Like, I don't know, man. But I just think because everybody's to blame. Whether it's the Disney licensing, EA. I mean, they knew what they were doing. I don't buy that 1 second that they that know what they were doing. And I think gamers, you know, even people who just not as informed about it should just, you know, pay attention a little more and speak up a little more. I think it could be huge for us. So.
Cool. All right. No, I could totally agree with that. Before I get to you 100, I'm gonna make my piece. And my boy Shogun Blade, he's like flip flop, because I have a different take on it. And
I know you about that microtransaction life. We get it.
No. It's not about the microtransaction life. It's not about I'm about it. It's about options. And I'm the type of person that if a person wants to spend their money, then why stop them? Look,
okay.
Well, hold on, let me finish. It's no different than anybody jumping on, going to a casino and spending their check, and they know they got to pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? Whose fault is that? Is it our fault?
I think you're missing the point, because it's like no. But let me say something first. It's like, okay, it's okay. I understand that perfectly. It's okay when you can have microtransactions and it doesn't affect the game. Like, for instance, prime example would be, I think Assassin's Creed Origins has like some sort of microtransactions. I can completely ignore those and have a fantastic experience with my game. Completely 100% ignore those. You know what I mean? But what EA tried to do with Battlefront, that's completely on a whole different level. I'm not saying that, you know, microtransactions is all the way bad, and that if somebody wants to spend their money, that it's, you know, let's prevent them from spending their money. I'm like, but if you're gonna cram your game with microtransactions, it shouldn't be $60. They should release, if they're gonna do all that, they should release the game for free, or $30 or something like that. But not no $60. That's a grip.
No, I agree with that. Look, I have never taken the stance of saying that if somebody, that EA or Disney or whoever, whatever they was trying to do with Battlefront 2, if it wasn't about making money, I've never disputed that. For the people that went out there and they opened their mouth and they showed the disdain, I'm all for that. I'm all about people making a choice. That's never been a discussion.
I'm not saying that, you know, I don't want people spending their money on microtransactions. If they want to spend their money, fine. I get it. Because I understand that. Because it's like me playing Destiny, and all of a sudden, you know, I want to be at level 300. Let me spend my money in just so I can play with my friends on the same level. Like, right. I completely understand that side of it. Right. What I'm saying is that EA and this whole Battlefront 2 thing, however you say that, this game went too far with it, is what I'm saying personally.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. I never disagree with with Fonzarelli or anybody who stands on it. The thing that was a problem for me was that you can't play COD or Destiny or any of these other games that has microtransactions.
No, at the same time, Kmage, because I heard you, because you was like, well, don't buy the game. Well, look, what if I want to buy the game? You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't just tell me, oh, just, well, don't buy the game if you don't like microtransactions. Huh? Right, that means they gonna buy. Listen, that means they gonna buy any game. That means they gonna buy any game. So I'm not gonna buy any game.
No, that's not true. See, you falling for the trap of listening to other people get into your head.
I heard what you said. Don't make it like as if I'm listening to somebody else. I heard what you said.
Okay, you heard what I said, and this is no. This is the thing. I knew it. That's why I wish Fonzarelli and All Day was in here, because they were the proponents that were all about no. And I'm one of the people that are like, look, give the people the option. If they, look, I will never call another human being stupid, but if they gave the option for them to spend their money, it's just like gambling. It's going to be what we'll be talking about later on about gaming gambling here later on. But if anybody wants to, well, just like, with sports gambling, all of that, if anybody wants to go ahead, and I made this point to All Day and to Fonzarelli, like, there are people that work a lot of hours. They have, or even if they don't have a lot of hours to spend on the game.
I mean, I'm one of those people, so I get where you're going with that, and I just gave a good analogy in regards to like Destiny and the 300. So
no, you're fine. You're fine. Only thing that I'm doing is just I'm defending the people that do it, not the ones that likes to cheat to get the advantage. I'm talking about the people that just like with Forza 7. Forza 7 was wrongly brought up to be, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of what's going on with Battlefront 2. That's garbage. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is with Battlefront 2, I don't agree with it. That's why I have the option. And the one thing that gamers are not implementing, they're just jumping out and they're just throwing stones, which it's fine. They can do whatever they want to do. But it's like this. If I jump in on an online game and if somebody is playing the game and I see that Yoda is supercharged or Boba Fett or whoever that they're using is supercharged, I'll play the game, I'll get my ass kicked, and then I'll back out of the party. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't that ruin the experience for everybody else?
No,
well,
no,
hold on. 100. Let me finish. Because if it's broken up, people ain't gonna understand it. Let me make this point. The best times that I've ever had with playing Call of Duty, with any of the Call of Duties, is when I didn't play with just the natural public. Is when and it's the same thing could happen with Battlefront. Is when I can get a party. You can set up a party. You can set up on the Xbox. You can set up a group, and you can say, and you can implement the policies of what you don't want. We don't want people to come in that's bought, that's paid to win. We only want the people that just want to come in here and play. And we can have a party, and we can jump in, and we can play, and we don't have to worry about the cheating aspect of it. You see what I'm saying? And that will avoid all of the trash that people are upset about. And look, I am not upset with the people that are upset with this. I totally am supportive of anybody that feels that they feel victimized by these big corporations by taking more money. I am all for that. I don't care. But do not buy Destiny, buy Call of Duty, buy any of these games, buy Shadows of War, buy any of these games that has any type of microtransactions, even if it's not even a similar category, and then bitch about Battlefront 2. That's the problem that I have, because you're a hypocrite.
No, it's not, because they doing microtransactions differently.
You're a hypocrite.
I don't see the problem with them buying. Like for instance, to me it's drastically different because EA the whole Battlefront thing, that's pay to win. Okay, whereas I just gave you an example. I mean, it's like I'm talking to a brick wall because
no, you're not.
No, check this out though, because I just said. Right. I literally just said that Assassin's Creed Origins, I can ignore the microtransactions in that game. So you mean to tell me that if I don't buy Battlefront 2, I'm not supposed to buy Assassin's Creed Origins?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I think you're arguing two different things.
Yeah, you're arguing two different things, just like other people say.
Delilah's talking about pay to win specifically. She's really not talking about microtransactions.
No.
Microtransactions could just be cosmetic.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. So she's not doing
microtransactions.
Thank you,
LiveWire.
Let me make this point. To win specifically.
It doesn't look. You have an option.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about microtransactions.
I'm talking about just
that's what you're talking about. You're talking about whether it's cosmetic
or don't buy
such. I don't give a fuck if it's. I don't give a fuck if it's cosmetic or
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're arguing two different things.
No. The thing it's the thing that I'm saying is this. Look. I am not going to change. Look, the person that wants to pay for that.
I agree with you on that part. That's the thing.
It's their option.
What are you listening to? Because I'm already agreeing with you on that part.
Okay.
And I just said that you should not be saying, well, if you disagree with Battlefront 2, don't go buy such and such. Or don't go buy such and such because you're a hypocrite.
No, if you don't disagree with it. No, if you okay.
Right,
look, Fonzarelli, him and Don went at it, right? You know what I'm saying? And me and Don has the same type of me and Don are I agree with what Don says. Don agrees with what I'm saying. And a lot of people agree with what I'm saying, and a lot of people agree with Fonzarelli's saying. I'm not upset with anybody that says I'm not going to go support Battlefront 2 because of their actions. I support that because I've always said, let your voice be heard. But as a gamer, as a gamer, I bought the game. as long as I'm not paying extra to progress in that game, I'm not tripping. If anybody, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to pay to get Yoda. I'm not doing it. I'll grind out. I'll grind out
for 8,000 hours.
All right, so
no,
you're
hold on. Let me bring up. No, LiveWire. This is why this is the first topic because
because I'm saying what I think you're saying is more so like you don't want people to have, you don't want gamers to feel entitled to criticize other gamers for what they spend their money on. Regardless of if it's Microsoft.
That's supporting a certain game. You call them hypocrites.
No, but Kmage's stance is he doesn't feel that anybody has the right to tell somebody else what they can.
Why do you care about what somebody else's
how they feel about what they?
That's that Trump side shit to me.
Yeah, I
mean, can I end the whole conversation?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Can I keep 100 for a minute?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I play Battlefield, right? Been playing Battlefield since I got EA access, right? We arguing about a game that is mediocre. It's for the casuals.
It's the principle, though.
It's not a. I play shooters all the time. This is not one of the top shooters in the world. It looks good. It's for the casuals. It is straight up for the casual. So I don't know why. I don't care if they go free to play it. I paid my $60 for it, and I shouldn't have did it. I should have waited till it go in the vote. But we having these arguments about a mediocre game that's not changing gameplay, is not innovative. It's the same as Battlefront. It's the same Battlefront that you can go play in Battlefront 1 with a story mode. And I'm not really interested in the story mode. That's just because I'm probably with the Jedi. I'm with the rebels. I ain't with the damn dark side. But that's just me. But somebody else might have it. Like you say, you don't care what another person do. I don't care what EA do. Because like I do, I don't buy COD. The only time I buy COD is for my son. I don't support Activision. So I don't even talk about it. Now, I've been getting tricked into saying going to buy it. But I said, you buy it for me. I'll play it. My son be over here tomorrow. I'll probably play COD. I'll probably play a story.
Yeah. Well,
but we gotta understand this game is not like a Halo. It's not an Uncharted. It's not even a Mario. This game is mediocre, and no one should be in no comment sections. They shouldn't be in no podcasts going to war on something that's not.
100. I get what you're saying about that, about the game. It's not about that though. It's to me. It's about the much more of a principle thing. It's on principle.
Then don't buy it. Then don't buy it. Don't support it.
I mean, that's why Titanfall.
What's wrong with that? I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not mad. And Fontarelli, you couldn't have your ass in the podcast, but you want to be in the chat.
He said watching his daughter.
No. Let me make this point. Is that look, I am not mad at anybody that don't want to support EA's actions with Battlefront. I've never disputed that. Let your voice be heard. Let your pockets show that you disapprove of these actions. As a gamer, as a gamer that has this game, I'm playing the game for entertainment. I'm not worried about if anybody that I'm going against that is supercharged. I'll back out. I can get into a private party, just like I did with Call of Duty when they were cheating, and I could play with friends that doesn't want to do that. And with the access with Xbox and how they do things, you can make a group to where you don't want those. Those are the rules that's in that group. And if you implement those rules, of course, they can't do it. And if they do it, they get disbanded. That's and you know what I'm saying. And more people that has that game, play it, they'll be more enjoyable playing the game on that level. All I'm saying is this: if people feel that they want to pay to play,
man,
not pay to play.
I'm not gonna say
that game was
the thing is, though, Kmage,
supercharged, let them.
Kmage, listen to me first of all. What I'm telling you is, I agree with you on that part. That's the thing you keep missing.
I do not care. I am not wrong on this. Fonz is not wrong on this.
Oh my God.
I care about options. And if people don't want that to happen,
I just think you like hearing yourself talk, man. I mean, seriously.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I remember my mic. My mic went out. I don't know if anybody else talking.
You got a drink today?
No. My mic was my mic.
Yeah, because I'm saying
my mic. I didn't hear you talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you fighting a dying battle. You're trying to uphill. Most people don't
because 100% of the game's gonna have microtransactions, so we can't buy a damn game.
They are.
But I don't care. Like I said, I've been the one. I have bought them like everybody else for the kids. You know, shark cards from Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't play Grand Theft Auto 5 unless I go play with Flip or something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going there just to have, like you say, I know what you're talking about, making, going to have fun. I go on Grand Theft Auto thinking I'm in LA and I'm going to go shoot them up, bang, bang. I'm having the fun, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we got to understand they did something. It's coming back in January. So it is what it is. They gonna, you know, people talking about the prescription stuff, the system. I played it last night. For about 45 minutes is all I could muster because it wasn't even about the people with the blue cards. It was like, you know, I'm used to doing like a Titanfall, a Battlefield or something. I'm used to a kick out of my weapon. You know what I'm saying? Using the controller here and the feeling the click. And that just might be me. But to the next person that enjoy it, let them enjoy it. And we don't, like I say, we spend too much time on these arguments about who is right is wrong. At the end of the day is we ain't getting paid from none of them. EA, where my check at? Because I need it. Broke.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's nobody's wrong or right. It's just your opinion.
Right.
No one's wrong, like you say. Yeah. No one's wrong or right.
You feel that way, I'm not mad at anybody. Anybody that says, look, EA is wrong.
Topic, please.
No. Well, I just wanted to make it. Who was the blame for it? Because
I already said that. I mean, I feel like both are to blame for it.
I mean, okay, 100. Who you think is to blame? Who you think it is? Is it the gamers? Is it Disney? Is it EA? And then we'll move on.
You really want to know the truth?
No, tell the truth.
I don't give a damn who blame for it. I already got my 60. Shit. I can't do nothing about it.
If they got your 60, you can't say shit.
I can't got my 60. Now, how they got my 60 was when I saw it at E3, and I said, "Oh!" And I went to Xbox and I hit that pre-order button, and then that 2 weeks before it came out, it hit my bank account. I said, "Damn, let me go on and try. I got EA access." But you know, like I said, we all make purchases that you know, what I'm saying, it kind, you know, do it. I'll put at the end of the day, do it. Is it like broken and stuff like that? No. You know what I'm saying? I've been killed by Yoda. I got killed by Yoda like 30 times last night. I wanted to shoot that. This hitbox is hard to hit.
No, well, I didn't have that problem.
But I played with a group of people last night and we were murking and they all had blue cards. You know how to play shooters. You know how to play shooters.
Right.
You know how to shoot. You know how to shoot.
Yeah.
And trust, I had to play the Call of Duty method. We had to start camping. We're gonna make a kill zone. Let them walk in, and we're gonna let them have it. Since they got superpower cards, I'm gonna balance it out. We're gonna balance the power. That's how you do it.
Yeah, so
that's how you can do it.
Well, that's the thing of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the chat. People are saying, Kmage, you're so wrong. I'm listening to people saying it's the gamer's fault. I'm listening to everybody in this chat. I'm not listening, but I'm reading everybody in this. Look, it is a combination of all things. Look, COD every year gets away with murder, but yet there will be people that will talk bad about Halo 5. They will discredit what Halo 5, and they did it right. They gave all the DLC for free, and the fact you got an option to get cosmetics, or you can get certain things in certain if you know what I'm saying, you can do you could jump into a party with people that has overpowered weapons, and y'all can all go at it, and it's an option. And that's okay. What's wrong with these developers making money? That's the one thing that me and the Don agree with wholeheartedly. And of course, Don is a developer, but the thing of it is, you got to look at it from both sides. Look, that game is a beautiful looking game. It's great. It is like you said, 100. It's not solid. It's made for casuals. It's not made for the hardcore like Battlefield 1. Battlefield does it right. They've done it right. You pay one fee for $200, and if you want to buy shortcuts, that's your prerogative. But if not, you get all that DLC for free. But what they did, they listened to the gamers the first time about Battlefront 1, and they said, why do we have to pay for all the extra maps and all that stuff? So they had the DLC for free.
Yeah, but my issue is why they trying to reinvent the wheel. Halo already did the blueprint. Why the fuck they do it that way?
These publishers, the publishers, and all these people, they're going to want to make their money.
But look how much money Halo made. They didn't have to reinvent the wheel to do that shit.
This is EA. It's not 343. It's not Microsoft. It's a different company.
But now I agree with that. With how Halo did it, because I have skins that nobody couldn't get. I remember when the Halo Championship the first year. And they said, hey, the thing about it was this with EA. If EA did it this way, EA should go with 343 saying, hey, we're going to put this in for a tournament. When 343 do it, they saying, okay, we can invest in our world championship. We're going to invest. You're going to see where this money is going. No one else does that. So, you know what I'm saying? They don't do that. Halo adds and adds and adds. Now, you know what? They don't get the credit. No one's talking about it.
And no one's talking.
You're right. And yeah, but you know what? Life is a bitch, and then we die. We don't get it. They don't get a fair shake. They mess with Microsoft. They don't get a fair shake, and that's how it is.
So I don't think anybody's wrong on this. I never said that Fonzarelli was wrong. I never said that Don was wrong. I never said that anybody was wrong on having their opinion on this. I've only just said is, look, adults need to be held to the responsibility of, look, if you're that ridiculous to go and spend what they said, $2,100 to get that stuff, get all the perks, then kudos to EA because you spent that money. Look, let me explain. Let me say this, and then we're gonna go to the next topic. There was an EA dev that disputed the estimate of how long it takes to unlock all the things that's in the game. He said nothing should feel unattainable, and if it does, we'll do what it takes to make it both fun and achievable. You know what I'm saying? And it's gotten so crazy because kudos to the gamers that's been letting people know how they feel. Wall Street has even been freaked out about what's going on with EA and with Battlefront because this game is supposed to have been sold out. Look, Boogie made a video and he was saying, look, that there was a GameStop that he knew that only sold one copy of it. The thing of it is this. I'm all in supportive of gamers having their thing. And thank you for Fonzarelli coming on here. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's all right. I am not against anybody that has a problem with whatever game that they have a problem with. What I have a problem with is that if you support other games that has microtransactions. And look, I don't want to hear the nitpicking side of it. Is like, well, this is a different type of, this is different. This is cosmetic. You're still paying extra fucking money. If you paid $100+ for Destiny, and you still have to pay money, you're just as wrong as anybody that has to go to Battlefront 2.
No, that's a cop-out.
That's my thought on it. Fonzarelli,
if they're,
have at it. Let's hear your thoughts.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you here? I see Fonzarelli. Are you there? Go ahead.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh,
the mic is fucked up, Kmage. What's over your headphones?
Anyway, what I got to say on this is that it's a totally new type of system that we've ever seen. We've never seen anything like this before when it comes to microtransactions. What EA is trying to do here is completely different from what COD has done and any other game before it. What they tried to implement in this game was wrong, and that's why so many gamers, so many YouTubers, so many companies have spoken up against their practices because it is downright wrong. And that is why so many of us are speaking up against the game. I personally, I don't
find you wrong on that because Grand Theft Auto 5 started all this shit.
No. It's listen.
I put it this way: my son has guns that I know my man Flip. I play with him every night. Ain't gonna never see in his life.
Listen, they don't have.
That's not cosmetic.
Listen, they don't. No. There's in-game credits that you can earn in the game, in Star Wars Battlefront 2, in the arcade mode. Yet there are cooldowns in place with these daily cooldowns. This is something we've not seen except for mobile games, free-to-play mobile games, and they're implementing this shit into our $60 game.
Yeah, but who's playing the arcade mode? I never thought about playing the arcade mode.
Come on.
I thought it said split screen. It told me split screen, so I thought
you can't defend.
I'm not defending nobody, but I'm
like,
it's not a deal killer for it. Like I said, they got my 60.
You can't defend a system.
You need to get on the phone with Microsoft. You need to go.
Here's what they did. Here's what they did. Here's what they did. Here's what they did. They also, for players that bought the game on PC, they also hid the option to get a refund from people as well. What they did with this game was so shady all the way around, from the microtransactions, from the pay-to-win, from the free-to-play business model, to hiding that damn refund. It's crazy. What EA has done here is completely destroyed that game. And that is why Disney forced them to take that out. You guys should know, just based off that alone, it was broken. I saw numerous videos. All you had, and this is what I told Don, all you had to do, Don, is go look up on YouTube. There are numerous videos out there of people that have paid to win in this game already, and they're just destroying everybody because they spent the money. They did that. And to me,
if money on a mediocre game. This shit is mediocre.
It doesn't matter to many people. To many people, it's a great game. To me and you, it's not.
That game is meant for kids. They're going after the kid. They're going to try to go after my son that's playing Call of Duty. They're going after that.
No, they're going after Star Wars fans, period.
Star Wars fans put it in and play it for 2 seconds. And go put it out and put it in their collectors. No, I'm a Star Wars fan.
I disagree with you. I disagree. So you're saying they're carrying... Okay, so you're saying that this game, 100. So you're saying they are pushing this game on kids, that this is a kid's game.
No, they're pushing it on casual gamers, period. If I love Star Wars, I want to pick Star Wars. You forgot, it's a cult following of Star Wars fans. I know people that talk about Star Wars movies, and they bought it for the game, and sitting there, they didn't even know how to turn it out the first person, the third person. They didn't know nothing. What we talking about right now, they even know nobody was paying to win. Right. They sit there and bought the $100-something version. And they don't know.
They didn't have $100.
But it's a lot of them.
Well, I'm sorry.
But it's a lot of them.
EA Access was like $71, $80.
Yeah, but they have a lot of people out there just get it for the nostalgia. It's Star Wars. Just like they go get a Star Trek game. Just because it's Star Trek. If you got a cult following, you're gonna get it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I know some people that got it.
That's the thing. It's just, that's been the argument the whole thing. Oh, okay. Somebody was talking in the background. Somebody had their mic on. Look, that was the whole point from my perspective is that, look, I'm not going to tell a grown adult what to do. And
you just said you just told me a bunch of people don't buy it though.
The paying to win, then parents need to be more aware of what their kids are doing. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not worried about anybody else's pockets. I'm worried about mine. And look, if the option is there and people use it, then that's on them. As long as I can play the game and not have to use the progression situation to pay more to get more, then I'm not giving a damn about it because I've already paid my money for it.
Like, my thing is, I get people's gripes about the whole. Well, I mean, hold up. I don't even know all the modes in this game. But regardless, I understand if people are saying that they feel it's unfair because some people paid a certain amount, so therefore when they play the game they feel at a disadvantage. But to me, it's no different than when I'm playing Call of Duty and somebody has a gun that I don't have when I'm first coming in the game and getting my fucking ass handed to me.
Thank you.
It's really no different. Whether or not that person played the game and earned that gun or whether they bought it, I'm still getting my ass handed to me when I first come in the game because they got some shit I ain't got. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it works that way too.
Okay, Titanfall 2. I can go on Titanfall 2 right now and murder 20 people.
I don't understand.
Can we just
I don't understand why we having this conversation.
My way. Let's do the mind. Let's move on. Let's move on. We can move on.
No.
It's like 15 minutes.
It's all good. No. I think that it is. I think this is a serious topic that gamers have to discuss.
It ain't that damn serious. It ain't that damn serious.
Well, no, I think it's serious enough because there's so many people that's triggered.
But serious, man, these people out here need something. That's serious.
No, you know what it is you got one person talking, another person taking in what you're saying in one ear and just throwing it out the next ear. So I mean, it is what it is.
It's cool. If we straighten our opinion, let's move on, man.
Well, look. Like I said, I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't care.
You just said that 100.
Hold on. 100. Hush. Pam, let me explain this to you, and let me explain. No. Let me explain this to you, and let me explain this to people in the chat and people that listen later. I don't give a damn about the crying and the moaning because, again, my theory.
Ain't nobody crying. It's just the fact that you on the same topic.
No, I'm going to change the topic. I want to change the topic.
No. You want to go on a rant about the same thing for another 30, 15, 20 years.
I'm going to say this and I'm done and we move on. This is what I'm saying. I don't give a damn about who don't like what I'm saying. I'm just.
You entitled to your opinion. Nobody's got against you on your opinion.
Look, I'm not against.
So why you trying to go into this little rant about it then?
Like, we cool with it. Like, look, we all
I don't give a damn and doing all this.
No. We all agree to disagree on this topic.
We are going to agree to
like,
disagree. This is the point I'm going to say. I don't give a damn about people getting pissed off about me telling the truth. It's gamers' fucking fault. They're the ones that sit there and let COD do it annually every year.
Man, we just said this like 20 minutes ago.
We know that. Look, it didn't start with Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, it did. It started with this. It started with
we get it.
No,
we get it because to me, honestly, it's not Star Wars that started this shit.
No, it wasn't.
Candy Crush.
Because Call of Duty and freaking Grand Theft Auto have a way bigger part in this than what Star Wars Battlefront did. They're just the ones that took it to the next level.
If you
That's
guys
the
want
only
to
difference.
get technical, you could bring it all the way back to the horse armor with Oblivion. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can go to the war.
The fact is this. Look, I'm no dummy. At the end of the day, I know microtransactions are pretty much here to stay. We're screwed. As gamers that don't like it, we know it's going to be here. But the thing is, we have to speak our minds when they're doing things that are unethical and just bad business.
Fine.
You gotta
right. I mean, I don't understand why Kmage can't understand that we agree on certain parts of it. I don't get.
I'm not mad. Look,
hey, can we all have a drink?
Obviously.
Well, I'm drinking.
The only problem I got is that
did not understand what I said. Is that look, is if they don't listen, if they wait, I'm about to mute. Real talk, because I'm trying to say this and then move on. All I'm saying is this. I am not against anybody that's against Battlefront 2. I've been saying that.
You know that.
We agree.
Megan, you say that again.
You keep saying the same thing.
I don't think they heard you. Say it again. Can you make it?
Say it one more time.
You know the promoting player last night.
Well, let me say it again.
Said it.
I am not against anybody that's against Battlefront 2.
Nah, hold up. You gotta say it one more time. I think
I'm gonna say it one more time.
There was a nigga down on the bottom of the chat. He didn't hear that shit.
I am not against.
Listen up, because Kmage gonna say it. I'm gonna say it one more time. Let's say it one more time.
Be heard. As for me and the people that agree with my stance, you let the people decide what they want to spend and what they don't.
I have no idea.
I spent all I'm going to spend.
Look.
I'm not going to pay any more extra on that game.
It's from
You said the fools out there that want to spend $2,100. Like the person that told me.
That's not the argument. That's not what gamers.
All right. So what's the other topic? What's the next topic?
Please.
Anybody that else that like the person that told me that they want to spend, they spent $1,600 on DOA. They spent on Dead or Alive, they spent every dime. They spent $1,600 plus on every.
Well, yeah, but those are way
But what's the Dead or Alive stuff that you
I'm not mad at
purchased?
them
It was
for it.
only
That's their money.
cosmetic.
They've been
The
doing
thing
that
they took out on
forever.
Dead or Alive was
That's
only
their
cosmetic.
money.
Mega.
It's fine. They can spend their money. That's great.
Let's go.
All right,
Listen,
let's go. Second
let's
topic.
spend that much money on that shit.
Second topic.
Own that game and are willing
Mega,
to
you
do
didn't have me
Second
at
topic.
3 shots right now.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to get drunk.
Great wall, man.
Look, I don't give a damn. Look. We can have a.
It's deeper than what Kmage's talking about. It's deeper than that.
And that's fine.
Look, look.
We
wait,
don't
these
care about.
companies-
We do that
talking about 20 minutes.
Just come in here all of a sudden. And
You
I
know
don't
what,
give a
all
fuck.
day.
You've been saying the same
All day,
thing
you
like
ain't
20
shit.
times.
Stop.
You ain't shit all
I don't
day.
want to hear it.
You
no
late.
more.
Like, I want to pull this back here. Fuck you all day.
You late. Eject.
You late.
You come in after this on the second topic. You late. I don't hear that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And
Bunny ass
pull us
motherfucker. You gonna
back
sit there and go come in here, be on some other shit, and then you gonna try to come in here later try to say something? No.
That's another story. We do that another time. We do that in private.
The
We
fact
do that in private.
is this.
They don't know. We do that
come
in
in on the
private.
second topic. Okay, let's go. All right. Real
You
talk.
drinking again?
No, I'm not drinking again. I'm just
Okay.
look.
I'm
You
trying to
can't
get-
come in here and interject all of a sudden when it's time to do the shit that we're supposed to be doing.
I'm about to
I'm
drink
good.
some shit
good.
right now.
My old lady coming here and saying,
Maybe
"Are you
you
good?
should
I'm
drink.
good." I'm just saying.
Maybe you
look,
should have a
Man,
drink.
you really angry tonight.
maybe I should.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I agree with the gamers. I don't.
You've been
do what
drinking
you
that.
gotta do.
Damn, they talk about me. They talk about me. Man,
If you don't
Dollar
give a
the same.
damn, I don't give a
All right, let's go. All right,
You make a thing
Xbox,
song.
the Xbox One X is having a great start.
Oh man, that
It's
shit
having a
crazy.
great start. They're selling above average than even what I guess the Xbox Microsoft people were thinking that the Xbox X would sell. So what is your favorite game? And I'm going to start with you, Fonzarelli. What is your favorite game on the X right now? And
Oh, that's easy, bro. Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed is crack, bro. It's
That
crack.
Assassin's
It's crack
Creed
for real.
is an amazing game. I don't
Yeah.
care what people are saying about it. To me, the story is great, and the gameplay is much improved over the other Assassin's Creeds. I think the combat is much improved. It's not perfect, but it's great. It's fun. Great game.
Yeah, the combat it can get a little wonky at times, but it's forgivable, man. Because when it works really well.
Oh, and those HDR graphics. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it's pretty, man.
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous game. Amazing. I'm enjoying it. That's my favorite by far right now. Is Assassin's
I
Creed.
mean, granted, I don't have everything. I still didn't get Wolfenstein yet. I actually just got Mafia 3. That shit is nice.
They got a pretty good deal going on right now.
Yeah, that shit was like 15, so I had to pick it up. I mean,
I know I'm thinking about picking up that was it the Resident Evil game? What's it called? By Bethesda. What's it called? The Evil Within 2. They on sale right now for 30.
yeah.
I'm thinking about picking that up.
You know what? I might. It's my birthday coming up. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Try to hook me up.
No,
Hook me up. That's only $60. That's some games right there.
They're gonna start asking for game gifts. Hey yo, hit me
Shit,
up,
you can
Delilah
get it
HD,
now.
send me a gift, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody sent me one for my birthday. I'm so
Yeah, send
happy.
me to get shit. $30 right there. It's on Black Friday sale. Come
Game
on.
gifts, Xbox, hook me up, Speaking of game giveaways, I'm giving out some games next week. I'll talk about that later.
Word.
all right, so go ahead.
Give
100.
me a gator.
What is your thoughts?
What I
on
like,
this?
my
what do you
Xbox
like
is still
on
in
the
my
Xbox?
box. I got what you call. I got backdoor on Vizio M. I got a cool deal. I got a flash sale off of I got back order because I got a flash sale off of Newegg, and so when you got it, and then they don't have enough, you have to wait. But at least they gave me $50 back. I like that. So, but what I have saw when I went on my boy house, Gears of War looks crazy. Forza looks crazy. I've been going over his house and go, since they like to come over my house and tear up my shit, I go tear up their shit. So, I'm like, where the food at? Order some buffalo wings or something. But no, I'm
sorry, my
the
daughter.
games that impress me.
All right, cool.
Some of the games that impress me, I load up Path of Exile and that looks good. That looks real good.
Which games have y'all tried? Like, have y'all?
I done tried damn near all of them.
Shit.
For me, well,
So you said all of them. Like which ones? Like I mean, just the only ones that's been in.
I did Assassin's Creed. Wolfenstein looks good.
Oh, see, I haven't even picked that up yet. Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein looks good. Shoot, the best to me is Assassin's Creed. Okay, it's between Halo. I got 3.
Halo 5 looks good too.
Let's be honest. Everything looks good on the X. Don't even lie. Don't even lie.
It does.
It brightens
looks
up.
amazing.
I put this. You can have a bad day and it brighten up your day. That's I'm sitting there like, whoa. I'm like, dang, this thing look like. I'm not really Assassin's Creed person at all. But I like this one for some reason. I don't want to play nothing else.
Combat, man. I like this. It's smooth.
Yeah, I was trying to breeze through that Super Lucky's Tale just so I could play more Assassin's Creed, man.
Yeah, and I like the setting. I guess I don't know because I like it. I like the Egyptian type of stuff.
Yeah,
me too. Stuff. It's like it's a different setting. I didn't care about going to no France. I ain't care about driving a boat. But I care about
I like the details. They paid so much attention to detail in this game. I mean, like when you walk in the desert, how you start hallucinating and like little things like that. It's just wow.
What about the dust? The way it kicks off your feet. The way
everything is so polished. Like I think they need to do it every 2 years instead of every year. So they decide to do another one. They need to just
just sit back
every
on
2
it.
years.
That repetitive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think with Call of Duty needs to do too. Let us forget about it. Let us forget about it and then bring it back as like something different. Like that's what I love about
I did that game they did that game good. I mean, we just
it's like Splinter Cell. You break off me a Splinter Cell next year, I'm on it. They didn't bring them out repetitive every year. And I think Ubisoft is listening. They got a gem on that one.
There's no 4K textures or anything in the PC version at all either, and it still looks beautiful. It's still beautiful. That we're playing the same exact game that's on the PC. Essentially, it's the same.
Yeah, but
game.
what I got told was the patch that it is a pro. It's a pro patch, and that's what it is. It's not the full patch yet.
What are you talking about?
A pro patch for Assassin's Creed. It's a pro patch. A lot of these games that we saw that was getting backed up when you hit that enhance, and they said they haven't really enhanced it. That were pro patches.
Well, I don't know. I mean, but it looks the same on PC.
Yeah, it's the same on PC. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
So I guess they wanted to.
Yeah, because what I was going to say real quick is like a lot of the games that people say, oh well, it looks the same on the Pro as it does on the X, and then you look, but they ignore the fact that it also looks the same on PC. So if the PC version isn't far ahead, then neither is the X version going to be far ahead. That has to be far ahead, the PC version. Now, if you see a PC version that's far ahead, and then the X is still next to the Pro, now you have a fucking problem.
Oh, I like Gears of War 4 too on the X. That game in 60 frames blows my mind. It's an amazing game.
Oh, get my ass whooped.
Yeah, like I said, I was shocked, but like I said, I wasn't expecting. Like I said, we saw a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people that saw, like I saw a whole lot of stuff earlier. But to me, my 500. I don't have no problem with it. So somebody else,
it's well worth that.
Like my 500 is cool. I don't have no problem. You maybe go buy 2 TVs.
I mean, if you said your 500, what were you talking about? I kind of missed that. What did you say?
Oh no, my 500 is like justifiable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I don't have no problem even spending it. If you tell me, if you blindfold me like Lionel Richie, I mean, like I'm not Lionel Richie, but you're enough for go. But if you blindfold me, I will still buy it because it's you know what I'm saying, it does all right. We don't get too many products to say that what it's going to do, and it falls short. To me, this kind of, it's like a little bit upper than what I would have ever thought. My expectations, and I don't really go with high expectations. Like my boy is really a PlayStation dude, and let's go run through the campaign on Gears of War. For what? I beat it 4 times. You should have got it already. He saw that game sale last night, and he going off, man, crazy. He texted me, man, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get that. I said, man,
you should be happy. Your homeboy about to jump on Xbox Live,
Oh no, he always been on it, but he's more like a, what I'm saying, he really prefers place. That's what, like I was, we went to high school and stuff together. Like when we went to elementary, I was always a Atari guy. He was Coleco guy. We was always against each other. I got a
We didn't ask you
TurboGrafx
all that,
16.
He went all deep with it.
Well, that's how it is. I mean, you know what? You get the friendly, you know, saying arguments. You know, saying nothing like I'm gonna kill you, something like that. But no.
Yo, you know what? It looks real good. That Ghost Recon, bro. That shit wasn't because you know what the funny thing is. When I first got the X, they hadn't put the patch in because I was looking. I was like, man, this shit still kind of looks the same. It plays better, but it looks the same. And then like maybe like 3-4 days later, I was like, oh, this bitch got crispy. It got real crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game was essentially when I first came over to the Xbox on the S. That game was kind of broken. It had a lot of frame rate issues and stuff. I didn't like it at all on this platform. But as soon as they updated it, I was like, okay, now it's locked 30. It's running good and it looks great. Yeah, it's a really good one to test out for those that didn't like it originally. Because I've had some friends that play it now and they're like, hey, I might actually play this game now.
Yeah. But as far as Assassin's Creed is concerned, like I've put at least about 32 hours or so into that game. And I feel like I've barely like scratched the surface because I've been doing like random stuff, like the side.
You ain't got no life.
You know what it is? Because you like Bayek. You a Bayek.
You ain't got no life.
Don't lie.
You like Bayek. That thing.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I've been going pretty heavy, but you know me, and I usually don't play during the week, but man, I'm trying to get this.
Yo, have y'all got to the part where he meets his wife and all that stuff? Well, I mean, I know you have, Delilah, but
yeah, I have. Yeah.
Hey, no spoilers, man. Come on now.
No. I'm just saying, like,
by the way,
most people know that. Most people, I'm just saying, she's badass though.
Hey,
yeah,
Bayek,
she's awesome.
Bayek beats Locke. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Come on, y'all can't shit on Locke. Locke is my man. Plus 50 grand.
Bayek is better than Locke, though. I'll give it.
Bayek is the man.
I love Locke, man.
I mean, his story. Obviously, from this point, I don't even know how many hours. Maybe 15 hours. But I'm saying you just know a lot more about him, and like it was. To be honest, this would be a dope ass movie. Like they need to redo the Assassin's Creed and make it start from Origins. Because to me, number one, if this is the beginning, why not? You might as well start from the beginning.
Man, it's so much I can talk about the game, but I don't want to spoil it for other people. Because I'm not even an Assassin's Creed fan, and so man, it's just so.
This is like a whole different type of Assassin's Creed, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I'm confused on the whole Animus part. She like a girl in the.
To be honest, I didn't even really
kill themselves with that.
To be honest, I've only played in the Animus that section for maybe like a total of 10 minutes.
Man, that's what drove me off about it. Like, oh, this is his ancestor, and he's this. I'm like, man, this is 25 generations later. How the hell he can go change into his ancestor with this?
So crazy.
But now it's a girl. It's not the guy though. That's the interesting part.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm cool.
All right. So has everybody already said their favorite game? I haven't heard from Kmage. So I mean, I don't know if you heard say what his favorite game was on the X. It seemed like he kind of zoned out. So
no, I didn't zone out. I'm right here. I'm just letting everybody talk.
All right. Well, so you gonna participate in the topic?
I'm just letting everybody have their moment. Now, Quantum Break looks really good. Quantum Break looks really, really good.
I haven't even tried that one.
The 4K TV show looks stellar for women that I thought that looked all right. It kind of brought it out, and then I was like, oh, okay, they wasn't all that great. But no, Assassin's Creed looks fantastic. Battlefront 2, it doesn't look as impressive as I was wanting it to look. They have increased it after when I played it last night. They look like they've done some better enhancements. Titanfall 2 looks.
I haven't played it since they updated it.
Titanfall 2, they fixed it. It looks fantastic, but
it does.
The game of the games right now, I think that looks beyond anything. Halo 5 looks fantastic, but Gears 4 is top notch.
It's a tie for me for Gears 4 and Halo, because Halo, man, like I'm a huge Halo fan, and like, man, just no pop-ins, and it's just the frame rates, everything's so stable and it's crisp, man. And they did a great job with making sure that was up to par, man. You could see like the draw distance is ridiculous. I see things in that game I hadn't ever seen before.
But But with Gears, that tornado, that lightning shit, that's what shocked the shit out of me. I thought it was coming. I thought I was watching 3D. Like, whoa, okay, PC guys, I know what the fuck you been talking about.
Have y'all tried the Dolby Atmos stuff?
Oh, I ain't got no dough yet, man. I'm a dollar there. You know what I'm saying? You and me in there. I'm a dollar.
No. No, like I mean, I got some headphones that support Dolby Atmos, but that's really the only reason. But I just wanted to have any of you guys tried it yet. That's all.
Yeah, it's great. Dolby Atmos, and I didn't block all day. I just booted him because he was over there talking, and I gave him
that automatically blocks him when you boot people.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
No, it shouldn't because I gave him the link again. Because I got
booted before the podcasts don't.
Yeah, no, I thought that when you give him the link again because he was over there talking, and I was like, look, everybody wants to get out of the discussion, and they want to get out of the discussion. Let's get to the next discussion, and I didn't want to keep going on with it while he was going to try to get. I was definitely going to be keeping going, and everybody said stop, nigga, and I said stop. So let it go. So anyway, I gave him the link. He can hit it, and he can pop right in. So all that other bullshit.
All days
that's with him. So let's keep going.
Free all day.
Next topic.
Free all day.
Let's see. All right.
Oh, damn.
Zelda won Game of the Year, and PUBG won.
PUBG?
Yeah, PUBG and Zelda won Game of the Year with PC gaming for PUBG and with the joystick award for Zelda. Now, will Zelda sweep and beat? Because there's a lot of people that's told me that Persona 5 and that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to win for sure with Jeff Keighley's show. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying, maybe PUBG might win Shooter of the Year. I have no idea. But what is your thoughts on this? I'm going to start with you, 100. What is your thoughts? Is Zelda going to sweep and going to win Game of the Year, or is it going to be something else? What is your thoughts?
Man, you know, my thoughts is I don't even watch that show no more, man. I told people I'm not even going to put my mind to it. I don't care who wins. It's not a real video game show. To me, it's a popularity show. It's who you like. It's who Jeff going to pick. Who Jeff going to pick and how he going to win. Now, if I had to, Meg, if you would ask me this question, if I had to lay down some money, because, you know, I'm a gambler, you know what I'm saying? I parlay every week. I'll say Zelda going to win. I'll say Zelda
definitely gonna win something. I think Cuphead's gonna win something.
Now, this is what I don't get from people. PUBG, if Pub do it, I don't even think my man from PUBG gonna accept it because he said he shouldn't even be nominated. He came out himself.
He shouldn't be.
Said my game should not even be nominated. So it's other games you could have put in.
Yeah,
it's
put it in there.
We're putting up a game mode for Game of the Year. Because essentially that's all it is a game mode.
So I'm like, you got to understand, like, it don't feel that don't feel like Jeff Keighley want to have like he has the Oscars. Man, I can make a damn game list and have more, man, and go bring out more stuff than what you bringing in. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told people a lot of stuff I had to cut off. You know, I ain't the original 100. No more. I had some stuff I had to cut off because I can't listen to that stuff. I'm not gonna watch it. People say I'm gonna watch it for the game trailers. It's gonna be on if the game trailer come on. Trust me, it's gonna be on YouTube about 10 minutes after after it get somebody doing. Somebody might sit on 20. You see this trailer, and I go watch it. I'm tired of supporting that. That's not a video game awards. As a matter of fact, I'll give something that I ain't gonna never thought of gonna say. If IGN come with a game awards, I'll actually pay more attention than that. And you know, I don't even like them bastards. Give them more something because at least they're gonna be something type diverse. You know, he probably have what you call it up there. You know what I'm saying? You know he love old boy from Metal Gear. You might have him up there. They might even kiss. And Jeff Keighley come on and say he gay.
What?
What's
all I gotta say? No, because he loves old boy. No, that man loves that man. He loves that man. He was mad when he could come. I don't know me. I ain't got no sense.
I think that's a little bit extra, but okay.
Wow.
Real.
I mean, to me, I feel like it's. I have a problem with Game Awards because it seems like I don't know, just me. I guess because being an Xbox fan, it seems like it's very Sony focused. Like I didn't see a single Xbox anticipated game. Like I'm looking forward to Sea of Thieves. That wasn't even mentioned up there. Like, I just think it's so one sided. It feels.
I'm trying to, you know what? I'm trying to think. Has there ever been a year for the Game Awards where Sony didn't have
I don't
a
even know what you're
nominee?
saying, but
No, I'm just saying they didn't have a nominee for like
they have
most anticipated or something. You know,
they get like the way the categories go, they usually get like 5 out of 5 slots. Like, I mean, Xbox maybe get one category, one slot. The rest of the games are all just either exclusively on PlayStation or some sort of weird indie game I never heard of, or what I mean.
Honestly, if you think about the games that have come out just this year, I mean, the biggest games did come from Nintendo.
Yeah,
I mean, Zelda and Mario, and those are the games that I think should be up for the awards, not PUBG. Horizon Zero Dawn, I get it. It's a new IP. It was loved by a lot of people. I liked it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. Yeah. So I get it. But for the Xbox side, they really didn't have much either. I mean, Xbox.
I don't think anybody's complaining.
No, but I was more so talking about the most anticipated games. I'm like, it's other games out there they could have, to me.
What about PC games? There's some PC games that I know people that loves. Why you ain't got that in the mix? See, I'm trying to be neutral because there's some PC games people love that they're playing. My thing is, if I want to make a game of the year, I want to pick from all. You know what? I'll pick something from PC only. I'll pick something from Xbox only. I'll pick something from PlayStation only. Pick something from Xbox only, and I'll even throw a handheld game in it.
Yeah, if you look, if you go on the website, if you go on the Game Awards website and you see like who they, tap to kind of put in nominees and stuff like that, you can kind of see where it's coming from. So I mean, it's no secret by this point, and so it is what it is. And, so
if they feel that Horizon Zero Dawn should be PlayStation Game of the Year, you take that. Now go find an Xbox game. Why Cuphead couldn't be up in it? Because actually, that got the most fun out of everything.
Got a ton of nominations though. Cuphead got a ton. So
it should be part of Game of the Year. If you got that many nominations, why can't it be up there in the Game of the Year?
Yeah.
If you got that, you showing proof like, okay, you nominated in all these other things, why you can't get put up with game? I don't mind. I'll put it this way: indie or not indie or AAA, your game is good, and people is enjoying it. Do they do okay? How many times you watch? I don't watch the Oscars, but I be hearing about some of these movies. I ain't never saw none of the movies.
That's how they might be cool. Especially with the movie. I mean, I feel like you can't really make a comparison to the movies because to me it's just different. Like, it's a little bit different. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. All right. Anyway, so let's go on to the next topic. Well, it was basically, so let's talk about like the gaming gambling aspect of stuff. Like, because there's a lot of people that feel however they feel about Battlefront 2 and other games with their DLC and everything. There is gaming gambling going on, and I don't think there's a lot of YouTubers or podcasters talking about gaming gambling. And
can you elaborate?
Yeah, okay. Well, this was something that my son brought it up to me tonight, and it was really crazy. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he brought a lot up to me because he does a lot of the gaming tournaments. He's a part of the team that he does, which is Team Panda with Call of Duty, and he's switched to the PlayStation because of when PlayStation got the sponsorship, things like that. There is a lot of gaming gambling going on, and there's a lot of sites out there that uses it. There's on Xbox, there's multiple ones, but one that I have on mine is Gfinity, and then one that he told me about was UMG. And with the game gambling, you can either do it two different ways. You can jump in and you can watch people, and you can put in anything from $1 to $100 to see who's going to win. Or if you're a person that like he likes to be involved into it as well, is when they have tournaments and they can do from 1 to however many. They can jump in and they could have a team from 1 to 3, and they can go ahead and they can bet for money. So my question is to the panel is, and anybody could jump in, I don't care who jumps in, is do you think this is right? Is it too much? Or is it just free game? Because I know that in sports, there's gambling. So, I mean, and when we're watching people out there for these big tournaments for gears or for any PlayStation game that's out there that's sponsored by PlayStation, whatever, is it right? Or is it wrong? Where's your stance on this? I'm going to start with you, 100. Where's your stance on this?
I don't care. You know, I gamble every week. I got parlays. Call Cuzzo. I just made me a parlay right now. Hold on, man. Go check your bank account. You know what I'm saying? I'm only doing 3-team parlays now. So, but my thing is, I don't care. Now, the only reason that people is mad about it because it ain't getting taxed. That's the only people might something. Like I heard, was that Counter-Strike? They didn't have a league where people betting on each other and they betting on teams and they get in trouble. I don't really care. At the end of the day, that's their money gambling. Now, you know, I guess business wise, nobody wants it. Like you can't, like with Battlefield. I mean, with Star Wars, Disney don't want that on them. Now, if that was like Titanfall or, you know what I'm saying, another shooter, they probably wouldn't care. Nobody would. It wouldn't be big news. But if you want to do it, you want to do it. It's up to you. Like you say, it's the option. You want to. I'm not betting on nobody but myself or my team. I ain't sitting there now. If somebody wants to do it, to me, it's what's the difference from when people on Twitch and they getting and people sending them money, or we got a mega chat going on, super chat, and people giving. What's the difference? You're getting money. I don't see no difference. It's making money off of gaming, but it's wrong when you can't tax it. You know what I'm saying? You can't tax it, and that's why I think that's the big deal of it. But people, what's the difference between me and you, Mega? We play a game for Madden for $20, and I say I give you an Xbox card if you beat me. Is that gambling? Yeah. Now we ain't making big money. But say if we start a league and we start making big money off of it, yeah, people want some. They want a kick out of it. But you know how Star Wars got put in the mix? No, that's not right. That's not gambling.
Yeah, well, I look at it a little bit just like how FanDuel does, like with the NFL and stuff like that. So I'm taking it, that's how it works. Like you pick a team and you put your money towards that team. I guess they just treat it like regular sports, since esports kind of deal. But
yeah,
I do think it should be taxed though. I disagree with that part. I think because it just I pay taxes and I feel like to me that's just fair for everybody to pay.
Right. What about you, Livewire? Where are you on this?
Man, look, man, people have been gambling for games for a long time. So, I mean, as long as they keep it small, I think it's all right. If you make it a lot bigger and do a whole bunch of extra shit, then I guess
it's big, man. It is really big.
No, I'm talking about when they do it, like when they got organized tournaments and shit like that. For stuff like that, yeah, I guess it should be taxed in a way, no different than any other people that do big gambling, similar to FanDuel, how they had that shit go down. What was it, like a year ago or maybe longer? So yeah, it should get taxed, but I'm good with it, man. I mean, I know motherfuckers that have been gambling on 2K and all other shit for years, so that's not no big deal.
Yeah,
that should fuck up your friendship though if nigga don't pay his bets.
Yes, it causes a lot of problems.
My money yet, bro? My money.
It's not even that. It's not even that. Like, see, this is the thing though. Like, if somebody, like, you bet somebody in 2K or Madden or whatever, right, and they renege on the bet, right? Then you're like, all right, cool, right? Cool. That's how he is. That's how he's gonna be, right? Then you play, you lose, and then they turn around and keep on asking you for the money. Like, nigga, you ain't give me the money first time. What the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. That's where the problem comes in. People have that short-term memory. Like, yo, man, where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my motherfucking money?
Yeah. So
yeah,
It is what it is. All right, man. Let's go on to the next topic, man. Let's get on to it. You know what? I'm going to skip over to the one that Delilah doesn't like too much. And just ask a fundamental question. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk about Black Friday. Because there was a lot of people that brought up, and I wanted to bring it up last week because we said we had such a big panel though, and I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't really have time to do it. But last week, somebody brought up to my attention about the Xbox One X Fat, and was it a good decision?
Xbox One X Fat or the Xbox OG?
No, the Xbox One X Fat. Not the X, the Xbox One Fat. The original Xbox in 2013.
Gotcha.
And somebody brought up to my attention, and they were saying that, look, it was a mistake for Microsoft to bring out the Xbox One in 2013. And if you remember, at first they were talking about that they were going to bring it out in 2015 because they weren't ready to bring out everything, but because PlayStation kind of jumped the gun and brought it out. And there were so many PlayStation fans that jumped out in 2013 and left the PlayStation 3. I mean, they left it to the curb. They went ahead and they went ahead and jumped to the PlayStation 4. So Xbox was obligated to bring out the Xbox One. Was it a mistake for them to bring it? Should they have stuck to their guns and bring it out in 2015 like they were projecting? Or it's not that big of a deal regardless. So I'm going to start off with you, 100. What do you think about this? Is 100 here? What happened?
He's probably bounced out for briefly. I don't know if he's. Let me check here.
Okay, look,
he's muted. He's muted. He's
muted. Okay, let me go ahead and go to Delilah. Go to you, Delilah.
Yeah, sure.
I know you don't like this.
I'm a huge fan of this topic, as you know.
I know you're not a fan of this, but
I feel like.
But yeah, you didn't. This is not trying to disrespect the Xbox One, the Xbox One Fat. It's basically asking the question because there were people that were bringing this up, and they were thinking that the Xbox One was irrelevant, especially because of the S being out now, and then the X now. Xbox should have waited in 2015?
No, I think no. I mean, because it's business. You gotta, you have to respond to the competition, and that's basically what they did. And that's the gist of it. I mean, it's business. They did what they had to do at the time. Technology gets better, and so they released something better, for the current time. To me, it makes total sense. I think it's fine. I've gotten all the hours in gaming out of the OG Xbox One Fat, as you call it. I've got a lot of value out of that. I even like things they did with the Kinect. So I think they did right by launching it. I don't think they should have to backpedal and say, oh no, they should have never done it. That's just that person's opinion. I've enjoyed my Xbox One. So.
All right. Okay. What about you, Livewire?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a mistake. I mean, it's what else could they do? They can't. I mean, they couldn't wait until now to bring out the freaking Xbox One X. I mean, I'm just saying it wouldn't have been affordable to do back in the day. Shit, that shit might have been $1,000. Back in 2013. So I'm just saying, like, it's not a mistake. I mean, their mistakes weren't that. I mean, it was just bundling the Kinect, man. I mean, shit. There's a lot of shit that have been different, man. If Xbox was able to actually implement what they were trying to do,
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Cloud wasn't ready. You feel me? So that was another issue. They still trying to get the government to expand on the internet. That's there's still an issue that they're trying to work on. I mean, it's a whole lot of shit. Like, people just think oh, Xbox lied about this, lied about that. Look, man, there's a lot of shit people had that they were banking on that just never.
They were ahead of the curve. That's
wasn't ready to come out. You know what I mean? Like, it'd have been like if somebody was talking about, be like, yo, we're gonna switch it. Think about this. We'd be like, yo, you in 2005, or not even 2000. Say in 2002. Guess what, man? We're not gonna we're gonna just have cell phones now, and people are not gonna use landlines no more. And somebody would turn around and be like, "Motherfucker, you crazy? What are you talking about?" Now today, 2017 shit. Listen. I ain't picked up a phone in probably like a landline in probably like almost 8 years, bro. Like, unless I'm at work, you know what I mean, where they force me to. But usually I just pick up my cell phone. If they don't call me on my cell phone, I'm like, I guess they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's the way I play it. But like a couple of years ago, 8 years ago, they would have thought I was nuts. And it'd been the same shit that happened with Xbox. Oh man, what are you talking about? The cloud? A couple of years from now, they're gonna be like, how the fuck did we survive without it? You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. You know, because that's the next frontier to expand games. I mean, because shit, with the constantly having to get hardware, that shit is that shit just costs a lot of money, man. With the cloud, you can cut a lot of expenses and make games better.
Yeah.
So what about you, 100? What do you think about this? I mean,
it ain't coming no time soon.
No, I'm just talking. No, not with the clown shit. I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about with in 2013. Should the Xbox One X? Oh well, not X. I keep saying X. Should the Xbox One have came? Because they said at first they weren't going to come out until they had everything implemented in 2015 with the cloud and all of that. Should they have waited until 2015? Because if you look at it from the standpoint of sales numbers for the PlayStation versus Xbox, it really doesn't. It doesn't seem like it would have mattered because PlayStation is dominating in sales. So should they have waited, or because you have the S and you have the X now? Or it's all good with the Xbox in 2013.
The whole problem with the whole thing was one was $100 cheaper. A lot of people cheat. You know what I'm saying? I love my Connect. People can talk about it. Connect is dead. I love my Connect. You know what I'm saying? I might get put in my coffin with my Connect because I love
my God.
I love my Connect. You know what I'm saying? I love my Connect like a fat girl love cake. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But the end of the day is if it'll be closer if the Xbox. Only thing I have problems with it, 2013, they should have did when they did the 360. Remember they had the different models? You should have had a $400 model without the Connect. And you know who loves Donnie D. Donnie D messed up. That's why he ain't got no job today. He got fired from a cell phone company. Like say he ain't doing well. You know what I'm saying? But come on, it's what now it ain't about graphics. 2013, we said it wasn't about graphics. We still had the same games. You know what I'm saying? Multi-plats. You know, our Xbox games ran better on the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that the same thing about Sony's exclusives. They didn't run no better. They was running 30 frames because they was trying to push that mark. But it's, I put it this way: if the game is good, I can accept it. Especially me playing in India. I played Asup, and I was shocked how good that game was. I'm like, damn, I liked it. I liked the colors and stuff like that. My old lady saw me playing that game and asked me, I'm on the rainbow side. But she never thought to play some shit like that. Like, but this game is cool. Play it. She got to play it, and she didn't know how intuitive it was. So, you know, we as gamers, we have a whole lot expectations. We need to lower them down. We need to lower them down. Like my expectations for certain games, if it shocks me, they'll shock me because my expectation is not. I never like, okay, this is day one. You know, when I play Mafia 3 this weekend, if the kids don't take over, I'll probably be shocked about it. I said I could have picked that up day one because everybody been telling me you need to pick up Mafia 3. You know what I'm saying? It's a great game, and I really ain't the open world. I think the game that I beat, to keep it real, the last open world game that I beat open world was Watch Dogs. And I love Watch Dogs. People hate Watch Dogs. I love it.
The first Watch Dogs? Okay.
Man, the second one getting the second one started off boring. That's why I went back to it. It got me like I'm a hippie or something. Man, I'm a full-fledged black man, man. Can I put on some khakis and a t-shirt or something like that? You know? But I like to Watch Dogs 1 because it treated me, because it to me it's like, how would I feel if my niece would have died? I'm gonna be an asshole. I would not. I'm not trying to help nobody. But then he helped people. They was like, oh, it's too. I mean, sometimes as gamers, we too damn picky. We picky, and we gotta quit being picky. Because if I like Diablo 3 and I like Path of Exile, they both down there the same game. One is free to play and one's not. But I like it. Can't tell me nothing wrong. But if you play WWE 2016, 18, I wish when that shit go into the vault or whatever, it go for dirt cheap. I'm not buying it. Microsoft give it to me for free, but I don't play it. UFC 2, probably a great game. I don't touch it. Only time I touch is me and Tex getting drunk late at night and we standing up fighting. That's we as gamers need to get over the. We got to get over the BS on some road. And just enjoy. If you enjoy your stuff, enjoy it. I enjoyed Xbox. I've been an Xbox guy from day one. But I was a Sega Dreamcast guy. I ain't never liked the Sony. My heart been bitter towards Sony, but I bought a PlayStation just to play Metal Gear. I bought the exclusives. You can't say I ain't no gamer. I'm a gamer because it's Atari 2600, and I know I'm sounding old, but I ain't that old. I still look young. But we got to understand, like, everybody ain't gonna like what you like. Everybody don't like what you like. You like Mario? Go. You like Mario? Go play Mario. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Mario until he have sex with Peach. That is how I'm raising my mind thinks.
Okay, you straight went left, but it's all good.
You went left with it.
If Bowser can have kids, right? Why Mario ain't got no kids?
He's still chasing booty. He's still chasing booty.
If Bowser haven't got that yet, listen, there's a problem.
Listen, I've been saying this for years. Mario's been put in the friend zone. He just don't know it.
Yeah, Bowser's been in the friend zone for a long time, but he's been trying.
It's just a video game, Mario. Come on now, y'all tripping.
Listen, anyway,
he lives in a castle.
Mario is a topic, man. So we get on out of here, man.
He is a plumber. Like, come on now.
Hey, plumbers make in real life. Plumbers make good money, man.
They make money.
They make as much money as a king.
Well, look, Bowser's a dinosaur, man. Look, what you know what I'm saying? He's trying to mess around with a human woman.
I'm saying he's slinging that lizard.
Okay, I'm done with that. Let's move on. Okay, let's get to the last topic, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, Black Friday sales. There's a lot of them out there on the PlayStation, on the Xbox, Nintendo. Delilah HD, what is the games that you are most anticipating for on each platform? What would you suggest to the fan base out there?
Oh man, the one I'm really eyeballing right now is the Evil Within 2, because that game, it released actually a few weeks ago, and for it to be $30, I think that's a good price point for it. And I just want to add it to my collection. Yeah, I mean, that's really the only one that I've been really eyeballing. They got
the only one. They got great deals.
Listen, let me finish now.
I'm sorry.
I got 8 nieces and nephews. I gotta try to figure out how to get stuff for, and I got a couple birthdays I gotta handle. But my mom, dad, and my grandma, their birthdays are back to back to back. So I have to really try to make sure that they on point. They handle. And I want to do a giveaway next week. But so yeah, that's why I'm like one at a time. That's the one that I'm probably gonna end up going with. But they got a ton of deals right now. I mean, I've seen some great stuff like $6, $10, things like that. So yeah, I mean, check it out. But that's the one I would pick for me personally.
All right, cool. What is the okay? So what is the? You gave us that one game, but for the fan base out there, for each platform, what would you suggest that they would jump on if you even looked on each platform?
Well, I just know that the Xbox Live Black Friday sales are like live right now. I don't know about what's going on with the other platforms. I just know that Xbox is doing theirs a week early. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's not bad. I mean,
No. It's cool. It's cool because
I didn't do that much in-depth research on.
I brought the topic late, so that was my fault. But anyway, yeah, no, there's a lot of good sales going on each platform out there. So yeah, I think we should jump on there. So LiveWire, what is your most anticipated game for the gamers out there? And if you could give us a little indication on each platform, what people should look out for, go ahead, let us know.
You talking about for this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, before the Black Friday sales, yeah.
Oh, Black Friday, Wolfenstein.
Okay, that's it. I don't think Wolfenstein's on the Nintendo Switch.
What else?
But is Wolfenstein on sale right now? Is it on sale?
Like
Yeah, it's on sale for 40. It's on sale for $40.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Already.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed's on sale as well. Yeah.
I mean,
$40 too. Yep, $40.19.
Yeah.
They want to make themselves, man.
Yeah. Resident Evil. I haven't got Resident Evil 7 yet. I need to jump on that.
Man, that's on sale too.
Yeah, I need to jump
really
on that.
good sales right now.
You talking about the remake or the Resident Evil, the new one?
No, Resident Evil 7. I don't have a 7 yet.
The first person one.
Yeah.
The first person one. Okay, I need to get that. Okay, I might get that tonight.
I couldn't even get
the bad influence on my life.
Yeah. Oh, and somebody in the chat they brought up. They said it's $1 for the first month of Game Pass for the.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There was another thing that I did want to bring up on that. Because my son, he told me something. Well, it wasn't just only him, but it was some other people that brought it up because I was bringing up that I wanted to talk because I brought up a couple of weeks ago, or was it last week? I can't really remember, but about GameStop bringing up their rental situation, and then I read something just a couple of days ago that was saying that they debunked it. They backed off on it, but other people was telling me, my son and other people was telling me that they seen advertisements for that GameStop was still doing their rental service. So
they stopped that. Oh yeah, that's right. You just said.
Yeah. They said
they're going to do it. They was going to do it. They was going to try to have like a beta or something. They was going to have like a certain amount.
Okay. Yeah, it was a beta. Yeah.
So they're going to have a certain amount of stores. And they backed off of it, and they was going to launch it all at one time.
Yeah.
I didn't see the value in it though. Like, I mean,
I don't want to.
Well, GameStop's got to do something. GameStop's definitely got to do something. I don't know what they need to do, but they definitely
stop selling games.
Probably right. Probably right.
Like shirts and Funko Pops and things like that. That's all it's gonna be up in there.
You're probably right. Yeah, it's crazy.
I need to go get a loot box.
He said they need to do a loot box. That's funny. Okay, last one, and then we're about to definitely get out of here.
That may be good. Do a subscription loot box.
Yeah.
Great.
So
put some old games in there. Why they getting trade-ins?
See if they come out, I'm suing. Dead one. I got a family attorney. I'm suing. I made that.
Record it too. You got to record it too, boss.
No. I'm like, no, you ain't getting me on this one. I let a whole lot of ideas go, not this one.
That's funny. Anyway, Soul Calibur 6 and Devil May Cry 5 is supposedly supposed to be exclusive to PlayStation. Square Push or Push Play. I forgot what the name is.
Push Square.
Yeah, Push Square. They're pro Sony.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they're pro Sony. Site on the internet, and they were saying that those games were going to be exclusive to the PlayStation. What do you guys think about that? Anybody could jump in and say what they want to say about it.
I put it this way: it ain't happening. Y'all talked about it last night. It ain't no way in blue hell. They missing out too much money. Why do you think Respawn wanted to make Titanfall 2 multiplat? It's more money when you have it on multiple platforms. They're not going to do it. Now, guest characters, like they were talking about guest characters. Yeah, you might, you know what I'm saying? You might see, old girl from Horizon Zero Dawn in there. You know what I'm saying? You might see Locke in there. You know what I'm saying? On Nintendo, you might see Link, or you might see Mario real quick. It's nothing. They're not doing it because Street Fighter 5 messed the game up. They're not going no exclusive. Now, if you go to exclusive, we already know them PlayStation guys don't buy them games, and I ain't a PlayStation fan. Yeah, they ain't buying them. Did they buy Neho and Yoho and know what I'm saying, Tukamunga, know what I'm saying, XP? They ain't bought that shit. So they say they got these visor games, but they're not really supporting them. They're not supporting them. You say you got a so if they do it, they're gonna be going to welcome to Capcom thing, because Capcom probably regretting it, because we would have bought that game too. We've been playing we play Street Fighter 4 still, and backwards compatibility. You can get a match in New York second. And I know people that's professional gamers don't play Street Fighter 5 no more. Like, man, I lost that love and feeling. Like Top Gun, I lost that love and feeling.
Anybody else want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening, but I mean, if he got some sort of inside, he or she got some inside source, then maybe it's some truth to it. But I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, true. I just don't believe it whatsoever. I think that it's exclusive content to each platform. I think just like it used to be with Soul Calibur, where Link was on the GameCube and Spawn was on the Xbox, and then you had Heihachi on the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? That game would lose so much money by being just exclusive. I mean, if people haven't seen what's going on with what happened with Street Fighter, then I think the Japanese market is just absolutely dumb. I mean, they just keep seeping. I wouldn't say dumb, but I think that they're naive, because there's not going to be 5-10 million people that's going to buy Soul Calibur on the PlayStation alone. They're just not. So I don't know. But anyway, man, we about to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. Man, I hate the fact I hit the get out of here button for all day, but I was trying to mute him so I could bring him back in, but I sent the link. But I guess if you kick him out, you didn't know that. That's just error on my part. That's my fault, and you know what I'm saying, I apologize for that, because I would like to, you know what I'm saying, just like everybody else, I would like to hear All Day's thoughts on it. But I was being told by everybody, move on. Let's not talk about it. And All Day came into the picture late, and I'm like, look, I just want to move on it. So I apologize for that. That's an error on my part. You know what I'm saying? I apologize wholeheartedly. But anyway, let's go and get out of here. We're going to do our shout outs. Let's go on to 100. You know what I'm saying? IMG. Where can they find you at? What's going on with you, bro?
Man, you can find me on Intro Media, man. We're gonna be kicking it on DirectX tomorrow. That's the Unfiltered podcast. That's our this is the you know, I gotta be cool. The Unfiltered, you want to hear me unfiltered saying a whole lot of MFs and all that, you go check that one out, because we hold nothing back. That's what I do, and I get loaded on that one. So y'all can check me out, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate, I'm on GRG tonight, you know what I'm saying? And shout out, go check out Grown Women Gaming, you know what I'm saying, with Delilah, L Boogie.
Tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, next week. I think it's next week. I think you moved to next week.
Yeah, but go check out them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got good content, you know what I'm saying? They speak the truth. Go follow them on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all about me, it's all about we.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm out.
Cool. All right, then we're gonna move on to one of our matriarchs. Damn, I always, why do I want to say lady?
I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
It's Delilah HD. What's going on with you? Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, Delilah_HD. Also on G3next.com. And I got a couple videos I'm about to put out next week, and I'm also doing a giveaway, so that should be a lot of fun. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. We're doing GWG, which is Grown Women Gaming, I think next weekend. We were gonna do it this weekend, but I think some things came up, so I think next weekend is when we're gonna.
When y'all gonna invite me?
Never.
When you're a female, anyway. But no, maybe we haven't. That's something we really haven't talked about yet. Like, it's how are we gonna incorporate male gamers into our show, because we try to give women a voice. I mean, usually when women are on these podcasts, it's like they get limited amount of time to talk, or they get overshadowed by the guys. So we like to have a platform so that we can be the primary voice of the podcast, and so that's what we try to do.
Nothing's wrong with that.
And so yeah, I think it's a really good show. Sometimes we start out slow, but we kind of get really into it as it goes along. So if you haven't checked out those shows, please do. They're on Lady Infamous channel on YouTube, so definitely check those out. They're really informative, really good, and we go a little bit in depth on certain things, and even talk about like real life issues every once and again. So yeah, check those out. And you can catch me here on GRG every Friday typically. So.
Nice. Appreciate it. And then last but not least, man, we're gonna go into our Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? People, I know Miss K, she was asking for the dolphin, but I like going reaching out and try to bring the dolphin out. You know what I'm saying? So
get that dolphin.
No. You get the dolphin. You're gonna get a lot of dolphin next week. So go ahead and be prepared for that. But go ahead, LiveWire, man, tell everybody where they can find you at, bro.
Man, it's your boy LiveWire. Check out my channel. I put up stuff on my LiveWireGamer channel. Put up my trip to a little snippet of my trip to Guala land.
Guala.
Yo, listen, man. I was drunk that whole trip, bro. That whole trip, I was saucy. It was nice though. It was nice. It was like living it was like going to the tropical hood, son. It was hot.
Using it with the rainforest.
Yeah, no, they said rainforest. Rainforest is in Brazil. Fool.
It's a rainforest in Guala.
There ain't no rainforest in Guatemala. It's Guatemala, not Guala.
Man, I'm saying, man, I watched a lot of.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you before you go too far. Anyway.
No, I watched a lot of movies that I should not be watching.
Stop.
Man, you watching some messed up movies.
Anyway, again, I want to apologize to All Day because I did not try to block him completely out of the show. You know what I'm saying? That was not my intention. I hit the button because he wanted to get into that discussion, and everybody else was telling me, especially like Lady Infamous, was like, get out of that. We want to move on to the next topic. And I'm like, stop. And I hit him, said, look, we'll get to the next topic. And then I sent him the link, but I guess he's blocked out. So that's on me, my fault. You know what I'm saying? I am not one of those dudes that do not, because look, if you have paid attention to the GRG podcast, I'm always getting ripped by somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all somebody's always giving me some kind of hell. So regardless of that, you know what I'm saying? I apologize to All Day. You know what I'm saying? Fontarelli, thank you for coming on. Kiss my ass. I'm always right. And then, you know, and to everybody else out there rocking out, because I am not that type of dude. This podcast is about everybody having a voice. And if people agree with me or disagree with me, that's fine. It's all about having a point of opinion, and we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? That I am never going to be that type of person, regardless of what the people that's in the panel or people that listen later on. If they disagree with me, they're going to disagree with me, and they're going to let me know because I hear it. And if they agree with me, they're going to let me know as well. So I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man enough to do that. I'm sorry All Day. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But you're still a biatch. Anyway, so we're going to get moving, and thank you so much because it's Friday night, and we're going to do it right, because if you ain't playing the games, you better be doing the pants off, dance off. Thank you so much for rocking out with us. We are out. Peace.